Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So here I come with another video, which is the 24 books that I want to read in 2024. Basically these are all the books that are going to be from my physical TBR, which I have bought and shelved from a very long time and have been on my shelves for a really long time. So maybe grab a cup of coffee or a drink and let's just dive into the video. So the very first books that I have are the Winter Night Trilogy by Catherine Arden. I have heard only good things about this one. It's basically based on Russian literature where we have winter kings filled with magic, whimsical stories and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to read this. I'm probably gonna pick it up maybe somewhere in between January and mid of February to highlight the special winter season and probably also vlog this. So the next book that we have is Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. Rebecca Ross is basically the author who's also written Divine Rivals, I think. All of her books are on my TBR and I really want to explore her work. So I'm gonna start with this one, which is like a romantasy fantasy book, which is standalone, I guess, but also filled with dreams and magic. So let's see how it goes. So the next book that we have in the 24 books that I want to read for 2024 is the Dreamland Billionaires series. Basically this has been on my radar for a really long time. I've heard that they are only great. I'm probably also gonna annotate this one. It's basically based on the three Kane brothers that are there and they are all millionaires, where I think the first book is basically on Rowan and Zara, yeah. So I'm very excited to read this. I've heard only good things about this one as well, and this is another author that I really want to explore in 2024. So stay tuned for the content or some cute annotations for this one as well. So the very next book that we have is basically Welcome to the Unim Bookshop. Basically I have found my lost love for Asian literature this year, so I really want to explore this one. This is basically based on like a Korean setting where we have our main protagonist who is wanting to open a bookstore. She's done everything right in her life, starting from going to university, getting married and stuff like that, and now her only goal is to open a bookstore. So I can't wait to read about her journey and probably also find some kind of comfort in my life along with her. So the next book that we have is the Duology by Tricia Levenseller, daughter of the Pirate King and also daughter of the Silent Queen. I think we also have a third book released in this one, but probably I'll just get to these two first. I read her book The Shadows Between Us last year and I really enjoyed it, so I can't wait to read this one. I've learned that this is an action-packed, magic-filled story of a queen and the pirates. So let's see how it goes. So the next book is basically the 2022 winner of International Booker Prize, Tomb of Sand or Tomb of Sand by Gitanjali Shree. This is basically set and a story of a 80-year-old woman from northern East India who's then moved into Pakistan since her husband has died. And it's just gonna be very moving story for me, so very excited to read this one as well. Another book is basically the Scarlet Veal by Shelby Mohareen. I have basically read her Serpent and Dove trilogy this year. I think it's somewhere in October or somewhere. I've loved it. I love her writing, and this one basically deals, I think, with paranormal fantasy, where we have vampires and there's this one girl. That's all I know about this one at this point. So super excited to read this book as well. I'm probably gonna just the way I read it about it. So next up on the list is basically a very old classic book, which is also called commercial in its own sense. It is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I have read a couple of Jane Austen books and enjoyed a few of them, but I really want to dive into the Bronte sisters' work this year and at least read a couple of classics every year. The 14th and the 15th book is basically by Cat Shaw. This is basically a duology where which is The Wicked Fox and The Wishing Spirits. These two are basically the alternate covers by TBR. books has been on my list for a very long time, and I don't know why, not picking up these books. This is story of basically a 18-year-old girl, I guess, set in Seoul, who is basically a nine-tailed fox. But somewhere, I think once in a jungle, she finds a boy and she loses her spirit and the soul of the nine-tail. So yeah, that's all I know, and I'm really excited to read this one. So the very next book is basically by my favorite fantasy author. I have read almost all of her books except for this particular series because I was waiting for the third book to be released, and it's none other than Preston City by Sarah J. Maas. So we have the third book released in January, to be set in January. So very excited to read this one. I'm probably going to pick up all three of them together and read it. This is the story of basically Bryce and Hunt. Hunt is a fallen angel who's come here to rescue and save Bryce. So, very excited. So in 2024, I really want to diversify my genre and reading as well. So I usually am someone who reads more on the fantasy and the romance side. So I am picking up this another book series, which is a murder mystery series by Shishi Yokomizo. I read his book The Devil's Flute Murders this time, and I have thoroughly enjoyed reading this one, so I went ahead and picked up these two as well. There are, I think, 5 books till now which are translated from Japanese literature in English, so I cannot wait to get to those as well. There are basically times where you've enjoyed a particular author's book so much that you are always hesitant to pick up the other books in the fear that you may not really like them. So this A.B. Waxman's another release, Adult Assembly Required, is basically been on my TBR since a very long time. I basically got this one in one of the Reader's Joy boxes. Her previous book, The Bookish Life of Nina Hill, is thoroughly my all-time favorite book, and if anyone wants to pick up that, please do without hesitation. So let's see how this one goes as well, and I'm super excited to read this one. To continue my love and passion for Greek mythology, I am going to read Madeline Miller's Circe. This book has also been on my radar for a really long time. I absolutely loved thoroughly from my heart her other book, which was The Song of Achilles. Nobody or no other book has reached to that level so far, so I'm hoping to read this one as well and have higher expectations for this one. To continue my streak of romance books, basically the other book is called Wildlife by Hannah Grace. This is the second book in the Maple Hills series. The first one was called Icebreaker, which I absolutely loved and enjoyed reading about Anastasia and I think Nathan Hawkins' story. This one is basically Russ and Aurora story set in the same city, and I'm hoping equally good things from this one as well. So I'm super excited to read this one. So last but not the least, we have these Our Bodies Possessed by Light by Daniel Bhaskar. I have seen this book being raved about by a lot of Indian readers, so can't wait to read this one. This is basically, I think, a story of Dia and Neil, filled with family drama, history, and a love which is very uncommon. So I think those 3 words is all it took me to try this one. So super excited to read this one as well. So that was all for the 24 books that I wanted to read in 2024. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below which book are you interested in reading along with me. Thank you so much. Bye bye.